Did you know that 64% of men between the ages of 18 to 29 are single, and that over 57% of single adults in the United States said they weren't interested in dating at all? We live in a dating crisis. Well, we live in an everything crisis, and dating is just a small part of what has been affected. Over 364 million people use dating apps worldwide as of 2025, and 60 million of these are in the United States alone. Active users spend, on average, 80 minutes per day on these apps, and dating apps earned $4 billion last year on just Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. Dating has become an extremely profitable industry, milked by tech startups to extract as much value as possible out of lonely people seeking connection. Your emotional needs are being commodified, and these companies have found a way to manipulate you into giving them money to fix the void, and it's doing nothing for you. Because of this, it's easy to feel hopeless, like you're going to be single forever. After a long day of school or work, you open a dating app to swipe on hundreds of pictures to no avail, then pretend like you don't care just to feel better. But maybe if you subscribe to Premium, you'll have a better shot, right? Just give these apps $25 per month and all your problems will be solved. Trust me, I understand why it seems hopeless. I get why so many people have completely checked out of dating. It's not worth the exhaustion, so why try? But what if I told you it doesn't have to be this way? That there's actually a way to fix your dating life, to connect with other people and eventually find someone who gets you? If you give me until the end of this video, I hope I can give you some optimism that you have a chance, that I can give you the push you need to start something that can completely change your life. So how do you start? What's the first step? It starts with getting off dating apps and taking a break from social media. Dating apps are perceived as the best and sometimes only way to meet people these days. Most people would say dating apps are a prerequisite for dating, that you can't meet people unless you use them, but this just isn't true. I met my girlfriend the second I got off dating apps, and I firmly believe they're one of the things hurting dating the most. When you outsource your dating to an app sorted by an algorithm, you give up a very natural element of how dating has always worked. Everyone with a profile specifically curates their image to appear in a way that will attract the most people. Pictures are snapped from the perfect angle in the coolest places with the best lighting. Your prompts and bio are curated to showcase your humor, personality, and interesting hobbies. You have to convince every person you swipe on that you're worth their time, and if you don't, you'll never get matches. This is not natural, and it's caused expectations to be insanely unrealistic. If someone doesn't look attractive, you can reject them immediately. If they support a political movement you disagree with, you can filter them out. If they aren't blonde or below a certain height, you can search for only people who meet your exact criteria. While this sounds good, it makes people expect everyone to have zero flaws. It's like having infinite points to put into every category when creating a character. That's the expectation. If you filtered to craft your dream person and match with them, you'll be disappointed when you find out they have something that bothers you. When they aren't as attractive in person, when they aren't as funny as their profile suggests, or when they're less exciting than you thought, you give up and go back to find the next one. This is why you get ghosted. They swiped on you so you'd think they like you, but halfway through your conversation, they get bored. This is why you have conversations but never get dates, and why you don't get matches to begin with. If you can't curate a perfect profile, entertain the other person through your entire conversation, and land a date without them losing interest, you're done. But it's okay, because there are thousands of other options, so you just go back to swiping. Why am I saying this? Because it was me. I barely got matches on dating apps, and when I had good conversations, most girls would lose interest for no reason. If I secured a date, I wasn't convinced the girl really wanted to be there. If the date went well, which it usually didn't, I wouldn't want another one. It felt forced and pointless, and every girl had some flaw that made me not excited to pursue them, and I never felt like I was making girls excited either. Throughout college, I spent years on dating apps, swiping through God knows how many people, and throughout all this time, I landed a handful of mediocre dates. That was it. And this is the case for basically all my friends too. I have tons of friends still actively using dating apps, some swiping through thousands per month, going on quite a few dates, and still ending up single and hopeless. So I know I'm not alone. Because here's the thing, when you have the perception of endless options, you attach no value to the ones you do have. The one girl who only checks off some boxes can wait, because a better one may reach out tomorrow. The message you send doesn't need much effort, because you can send 100 other messages and hope for the best. The whole system becomes a statistical game, and the human element of dating is thrown out the window. And this isn't just the online part confined to your screen. This mindset carries over into the real world too. Now, with the idea that through apps you can define the exact type of girl you're looking for and give simple yes or no responses, you do the same thing in real life. If you see someone in public but they aren't quite the girl you envisioned, you don't take a chance and talk to them. There are plenty of fish in the online sea. So who cares if you miss an opportunity to say hi to a girl at a coffee shop? In fact, talking to girls in real life isn't even in the realm of possibilities anymore. It's way easier, way less uncomfortable to swipe, send cheesy pickup lines from Reddit, and hope for the best without any risk. Worst case, if a girl isn't interested or doesn't respond, you can unmatch and move on the exact same minute. The ones in real life become interchangeable with the ones online, with the online ones replacing the opportunities in the real world and making it so you have no incentive to talk to them without using the app as a shield. In the grand scheme of dating, online apps end up taking priority over real life interactions, making you forget that before dating apps, real life was the only way to meet new people. Our parents, grandparents, and pretty much anyone in dating for all of modern history started their relationships by walking up, introducing themselves, saying hi, and most importantly, feeling uncomfortable. It's not natural to feel this comfortable all the time with dating, and by removing any anxiety or nervousness through the shield of a screen, you're missing out on what dating really means. So you need to delete these dating apps to bring dating back to the real world. You need to notice people you're attracted to in the physical world, and you need to tell yourself that talking to these people in person is the only way you're going to get a meaningful date. Forget that the apps even exist, and once you force yourself to use real life interactions as your only options, you'll feel more inclined to walk up to someone in public. I realize this is much easier said than done. Getting the confidence to walk up to someone, smile, and say something that isn't completely moronic is a lot to ask. And even thinking about this can be anxiety inducing. What do you say? What should you do? Should you ask for her number? The questions go on. But let's take a step back. Before you worry about any of this, you need to put yourself in a physical environment where you're around people who share similar interests or hobbies. You need to be in spaces where human interaction is easy to begin with, and it'll take a lot of the guesswork out of conversation starters. Go to coffee shops, even if you aren't a coffee shop guy, and hang out. Sit at those big community tables where other people are near you. Don't order to go and say you tried. Don't sit in the corner facing away from everyone and say you tried. You need to put yourself in places where you can interact with other humans. Join a club, start a new hobby like rock climbing, take your dog to a dog park, grab a beer at a brewery with a friend, and sit at the bar. The options are endless. All you really have to do is find a place where you see people hanging out and put yourself in those places. And for God's sake, when you get there, don't go on your phone and scroll TikTok. Don't wear headphones. Don't close yourself off. Make it so you seem open to talking to other people and do it often so you have more chances. These places are where you start to see opportunities. Yeah, if you see a pretty girl across the bar making eye contact from 85 yards away in a group of 13 people, it's pretty damn hard, if not impossible, to find a way to talk to her. You have to get up, walk over, think of something to say, navigate her friend group, and not look stupid doing all of this. It's a lot of steps. But if a girl is sitting next to you at the dog park and you think she's cute, it's a lot easier to casually strike up a conversation. Ask her what kind of dog she has, how old her dog is, or something about what she's reading or wearing or listening to. Ask questions. Don't think about how you can throw a sleazy compliment in to make it clear you like her. Don't say some stupid pickup line from Reddit. Talk to her like a normal human being and have no real goal other than a fun conversation. From here, she'll get a feel for your vibe, and if you seem cool and she enjoys the conversation, you will know. Don't instantly assume you're making her insanely uncomfortable. Don't assume she hates you and thinks you're ugly and smell bad, because the thing is, she would walk away and move somewhere else if this was the case. If the conversation continues and naturally flows between both of you, then there's some chemistry, and consider asking for her number eventually. If the conversation feels dry and you have to keep thinking about things to say and she's looking away and seems uninterested, then drop it. Don't ask anything, just accept that this wasn't it and move on, proud that you struck up the conversation to begin with. I mean, think about it. If you were using a dating app, you wouldn't ask a girl on a date when she hasn't responded to 3 messages. You'd start a conversation, feel it out, and if she seems interested, maybe you'd ask her on a date. Why would it be any different in the real world? So just go with the flow and read the room to see if she's interested or not. If she's not, she probably will make it very clear, and then you know not to embarrass yourself by asking for her number. But if the conversation seems to be going well, then it's time to actually make a move. You just have to put yourself out there in the real world, chat like you're chatting to anyone else, and if it goes well, give it a shot. If it doesn't go well and she thinks you're weird and says she has to go, then who cares? The fact that you even went out of your comfort zone to talk to her is something you should genuinely feel proud of. If you keep doing this and get more experience socializing in the real world without the shield of dating apps or social media, you'll start to see a lot of progress in your confidence, and it'll get much easier every single time. And when you do get a conversation that goes well, because I promise you it will happen eventually, ask for the girl's number. Again, this doesn't take a lot of strategy. You don't have to be smooth or cool or whatever. If the conversation's going good and you've been talking for 10 or 15 minutes and you get the vibe that she's actually kind of enjoying it, just tell her the truth. Explain how you really like talking to her and ask if you can get her number. Talk about how you're trying to meet new people in your area and that she seems interesting and ask for her number. It's actually far more casual than you'd think, and I think many people would prefer a more human approach like this instead of some stupid pickup line they've heard 1,000 times. If she's single and maybe she's interested in getting to know you more, she'll give you her number. If she isn't into you or if she has a boyfriend, she'll probably tell you. Sure, she may give you her number simply because she doesn't like confrontation and doesn't want to say no, but even then, this isn't a big deal because one of three things will happen. One, she does like you and you get her number and start talking. Two, she doesn't like you or isn't interested and she'll say no and won't give you her number. Or three, she'll lie and give you her number just because she doesn't want to say no. Number one and three seem hard to tell the difference between, but they aren't, because if she doesn't answer the first text you send her in a day or so, she probably isn't interested, and it probably was option three. But even here, in the worst case scenario, what really happens? You gained valuable dating experience, and dude, do you see how much progress you just made? You should be proud of what you did, getting out, getting uncomfortable, and asking a girl for her number. Sure, maybe she didn't text back and you feel a bit disappointed, but I promise you the next girl you're interested in will be a lot easier to talk to, and if after all of this she does actually like you for who you are, you'll easily be able to keep texting her. The first text just needs to be something like, "Hey, it's me. Met you at the dog park. It was really nice to chat with you. I'm going back on Friday. Would you like to join?" Again, there's a pattern here, and it's just to be natural with this stuff and stop attaching so much value to every word and interaction. If you guys have personalities that align, the conversation will flow, and if the conversation feels terrible, I'm going to be honest with you, it probably wouldn't work out anyways, so who cares? Now, most importantly, keep in mind that you need to be yourself. If you pretend to be someone else in these interactions, people will pick up on it, and I promise you, they will see right through it. So don't say the things you think the other person wants to hear. Say how you really feel and think, and if they don't like it, then they probably aren't the one for you anyways. There was a lot of information here, but the key takeaway is this: there are plenty of fish in the sea, but they're in the real life sea and they require real life effort to date. People are tired of dating apps. I mean, look, you're tired of them, so why would you assume that isn't the case for others as well? People are longing for human interaction, and by getting out there and socializing, making yourself available, and going with the flow while getting social practice, your dating success is going to be much better than just sitting on Tinder, sliding into DMs on Instagram, and hoping a girlfriend appears at your door overnight. Doing this does increase your risk of rejection, but every person who isn't interested gives you valuable experience, helps you learn more about yourself, and helps your social skills outside of dating. These improved social skills can change your life in other areas. They can help you make new friends, do well at work, and so many other things. So I know it's hard, but give it a try. It may just work. What are your thoughts on all of this? What has your dating experience been like? Have you tried this? Has it worked? Let me know in the comments. That's it for today's conversation, and we will talk again soon.